Hello everyone and welcome back to Forge Academy. Today we are going through the second part of modify panels and the reference feature from scale, uh, rotate and also copy with a base point. We have already learned how to use the basic modify commands in the other tutorial, so watch that one first. We will also learn how to use the external reference. This is a very powerful feature that AutoCAD has and is very helpful to save you a lot of time. And of course, you can insert many formats from DWG files to images, PDF, and much more. So let's begin with today's tutorial. I am about to draw few shapes. So I'm going for a circle, a rectangle, and also a line. And first we are going with the external reference. This is very easy to use. You just have to type this command, the XREF, standing for the external reference, and there will open a new window. And here you can see that you have your drawing. My file it's named that way. I did not save it yet. And if you click on the drop down from attaching, you can see the first one is the WG format, the image, again the other format for AutoCAD, the PDF, the cloud, and much more. The most powerful feature is the DWG format because you can insert another drawing into your drawing. So let's say that I'm going to attach this drawing. It will ask me where I want to insert it. You can specify on screen using your mouse, or you can just uncheck the specify on screen box and set its coordinates. You can also specify the scale, the units, and the path, but you'll see that you can change that. For now, I will leave it with relative path because it's very helpful if you're working in teams or your colleagues. Use the full path only when you're working from the same computer. But if you want to use this feature to work your colleagues and see what they can do, let's say that you're working from home and he's in the office, use the relative path. I will use the specify on screen and I'll click OK. So now the drawing will show on my screen and I need to specify the insertion point using the left click. I have inserted and as you can see it's a little gray out. This is showing me that this is a reference and now I also have it in the list. So if I'm opening the drawing like a DWG project, I can directly use the open with the right click. And now let's say that my colleague is doing other modification over the drawing, like drawing a rectangle, and it's saving it. I'm at home with my original drawing, and now you will see that the reference has this green circle on the right side. That means it was updated. In order to see the updates that has been done over the drawing, I have to right click and do the reload. It will ask me if I want to show, if AutoCAD want to show me the compare changes, but I will click no because I will also see on the screen. So as you may see now, I also have in my drawing the changes that, let's say, for example, my colleague has made on the other drawing. So you can also work your drawing and see the data from your colleague in the same time. This is very helpful in AutoCAD. You can also work on the reference, but in order to do that, the drawing has to be closed, not open in other computer or other project for the same computer. Now that I have closed it, I can close also the external reference window, and by double click on it will show me that it's a reference edit. I click OK And now, as you may see, the other drawings from my screen is turned with gray out, and mine it's white, let's say, with full color, any color that you had it. And now I can also edit the reference. And in your Home tab, you also have a new button for the Edit Reference. And now I can discharge the changes, add another, remove the working set, or I can just also save the changes. Will tell me that they will be saved over. And now if I want to open the drawing again, I can see that the changes were saved in the reference. So this is a very powerful feature to work together with your team or your colleagues to see in the real time what others can do, and you can use the information there and update your drawing or vice versa. Now the second useful feature from external reference is to insert the image or a PDF file, and you can also trace over that image. So I'm going again in the external reference command. I'm going to a drop down list, and I'm going to attach an image. This mark right here. I'm going to open it. In the same way, I will let me to choose the specified point on screen where to insert this image, or I can also set the coordinates, the scale, and everything as in the drawing file. I'm going to specify it on screen. Will also ask me the scale. I can just press 1 and will be at the original size. Now I will close the external reference window, and by using the Properties tab or just press the Ctrl+1 shortcut key, I can set the transparency to the layer. You can also set it to other layers. You will see in the future video how to create many layers. So I will set, let's say, a 50% transparency, and then you can use your useful command to draw over the image and trace it everything on, or you can just trace a part of it or anything you need from that image. But as you can see, you cannot snap the points on the image, so that is not very precise. In order to have a more accurate drawing, I can use the scale reference. So I can draw my circle outside the image. I will delete this one. I will select my circle, go to scale, or just type the shortcut SC from scale. Select your object. Will ask me for the base point. I will go with the center of the circle. And now instead of the scale factor, I will use the reference option by typing the R, or you can select it by clicking on the reference down here in the command bar. And now it's asking me to specify the length of the reference. So I will take the diameter of my circle, as you may see. And now it's asking me for the new value. So I can just insert a new value. I don't know, let's say for 2. And this is how you scale by reference. But in order to trace the image with the scale and the reference inside that, with the reference feature inside the scale command, I'll go again, use scale, choose the base point, take the reference, my circle diameter, and now I will use the P for the points, or just clicking the points here. And as the new points, I will choose the diameter from my image that I want to trace. And now my circle is scaled up to the same size as the yellow circle from the image. So if I use the move command to move it over, as you may see, is the same size. You can use the shortcut Ctrl plus Z button to undo your drawing. And now I can also draw another circle, set it any size that I want. Because I can use again the scale in the same way, I will choose the base point, R for reference. I will choose my reference, the diameter of the circle. And as the points, the new points, I will go with the second circle from my image. And now I can see that the circles, maybe the image is not made with perfect circles. That's why they are a little offset. Okay, I can copy the other circle. Yes, it has a little offset, the circle inside it. So I have to move it upper. Okay, so as you can see, the size, the diameter of the circles, it's the right length. I can also turn that to, let's say, green, so we can see it a little better. I also have a little of offset here. Let's place it right there. Okay, and now I can continue to use this reference scale to trace my entire image. I will just use line to trace this arrow. Right click, repair the line. Okay. Again. I have jumped over that area and I will show you why. Here you can use the polyline command. Close the shape. Go in the middle point vertex, convert it to arc, and now we are finishing up the arrow. Okay, I can select it with the blue square inside the square. And now the base point copy command that we have learned before, I can use that by pressing Ctrl Shift C. I can take the base point, the center of my circle, and now using the paste shortcut, the Ctrl V, I can directly paste it to my other drawing. Okay, you can see that it's a little offset here. That's why, because I have moved the circles after copying them, so I can delete those and do the same thing with Ctrl Shift C command. Take this corner and place it here. So now we have a perfect match. Okay. The useful feature about this command is that I can use the Ctrl Shift command, the copy with a base point. So I'm going to use, let's say, this corner. Now the shape is copied in my clipboard. If I use Ctrl V command, as you can see on the screen, it's pasted. I will use Escape. And I can still keep drawing. Let's say that I'm going to do a rectangle and another polyline with ortho mode. Okay. And now when I'm using the paste shortcut, Ctrl V, I still have from clipboard my drawing, my shape that I have copied with a base point. So that's why this is very helpful, because you can keep drawing if you forgot something and you will still have your last copied shape or image or whatever in your clipboard, but you can also copy that in other drawings By using the same command, I can copy it externally to other drawing. So you cannot do that with the copy command. You can only copy it, as you know by now, inside your drawing, and once you release that command and exit it, you cannot draw anything else in the same time. So now let's say that for our last command, I want to rotate by reference this arrow and have this arrow direction similar to our line here. In order to do that, I have to select my shape or my objects that I want to rotate, go to the rotate command, select of course the base point, and now as you may see, if I turn off the ortho mode, I can rotate it around this point. Use the angle or just use the reference as I have done in the scale command. So I'm going in the reference. Will ask me to select the reference points. So I said that I want this line as the reference point. So now as you can see, it's moving me parallel with that line. And I can set a new angle or just use the points. And now I have to select the points from the line. And as you may see now, the arrow is in the same direction as my line, as my selected line. So this is how you use reference from scale command, also reference from rotate command. Now you know that you can copy the base point externally and also use the reference command, the external reference. Also, you can remove the references in the same window by using the right click. You have here the option to reload that you already know to update your reference, to detach that will remove, as you will see now, my mark has removed and I cannot access it again unless I attach it again. Or you can just unload the reference and now it's gone from my drawing. And you later on, when you go again in the reference window, you can reload it and will show again on your screen. That being said, we'll conclude our video for today. So please remember to hit subscribe if you liked it. If there are any questions, write them in the comments below and see you in the next tutorial. Have a great day. Bye.